Hello, what's up YouTube? So I did one of my other videos here and I did show some HS10 shotgun match play or whatever, but in that video I did mention, you can see here I'm Yif the Authority, there it is, the clan tag is Yif, of course, but I did mention I had a summit gameplay where I went 18-2 with just ballistic knives, and I figured I would just might as well show that video as well and get into that. So, as you can see, I start the little film or whatever, because this also is in my file share. Just a fun gameplay. It was kind of like one of those matches where I was like, fuck it, I might as well. And the match is like 5 minutes long or whatever, but, and that's just how it goes. So, if this ever loads, because Treyarch still can't fix a fucking loading screen, whoops. Yeah, no, I would never play with... Well, actually, that's an AK-47. I have no problem with an AK-47. Now, the AK-74, I really frown on people who use that. That guy has a gold M16. How about that? Now, I really like the Commando, but I really frown on people who put a fucking suppressor on the Commando. Because the Commando is such a biblical gun that it's a fucking insult to put a suppressor on a Commando. Somebody else with M16. I'm just like scrolling through people, not finding myself. Oh, there I am, I think. Is that me? Yep, there I am. Yif the Authority. And now I have an M14 with a flamethrower on it. Yeah, I legitimately have, or no, excuse me, it's a master key. It's the shotgun attachment on the M14. And I basically have that just to troll people, because I basically put one terrible gun on another terrible gun. And that's just one of the things I like to do. But I got killed there. And so I got pissed off, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to pull out my ballistic knives, and I'm going to play this whole match with ballistic knives. And so you can see right here, I'm running around with just ballistic knives, And I do have a Willie P smoke grenade and a regular frag grenade as well. So I'm just rolling around. It does take a while to get me a kill. I don't know how, and I'm going to rewind that real quick. I don't know how the fuck this guy did not see me. So, going back to that. What the hell? Right, so going back to that a little bit. It's not letting me rewind. That's kind of annoying. Okay, I'm pressing L2 and it's not letting me rewind. But I don't know how those guys could not see me, so... I don't know why it's not letting me rewind. That's pretty damn annoying. It's not letting me rewind, which is annoying. No, I don't want to record. Discard segment. Alright, now you have to bear with me again, because once again, I'm doing like one thing in one hand and doing the other thing in the other hand. But I got a spy plane, so I activate the spy plane. I'm just running around with ballistic knives. I chase this guy who somehow still doesn't see me, and he wants to lay down like a little bitch. So, I activate the spy plane. There's the little thing for activating the spy plane, like usual. Running around with ballistic knives still. And I do have one more death coming up. So there's a napalm. So, I do drop the napalm. I think I get a couple kills with that. I don't remember. This match was a long while back. This was in 2018, but this was like a couple months ago. So there's my napalm. Somebody else got a kill streak too, but they're on the enemy team. And now, if you look at the score here real quick, they're just like doing terrible. So another kill. But you notice like my team's doing really well. They're doing 25, and like the enemy team's only doing 9. So, which is pretty sad. I get this one more kill here. This guy just like, he wants to run around with me and make me work for it, but that's fine. It's a little annoying, but what's whatever. So, attack chopper, of course. And then right about here is right where I'm gonna die. You can see there's a little red mark down there. And you really can't win them all. You're going to die unless you're cheating or you're playing a really, really bad team, which even a terrible team is going to manage to kill you at least 1 or 2 times. And you can see I just bitch slapped that FAMAS nerd right there. And then that guy, you know, I just managed to catch him right at the end, but most of these guys, they don't react to me. That's what it is. It's like one of my best gifts in Call of Duty is just reaction speed alone. But they don't react in time. They have to camp in a corner. They have to be a sweaty nerd. They have to use the most OP gun. And it's like, here I am, and I can do somewhat well with just a knife. Well, ballistic knives, but still, just a knife. And also, I do make it a point to use, like, just shitty weapons. And, like, essentially just use the terrible, like, worst weapons. Like, I will use the Executioners. I will use the HS-10s, ballistic knives, crossbow, China Lake. Like, you know, I do, in any Call of Duty, I make it a point to use the terrible weapon. FS-2000. Well, actually, FS-2000, in my opinion, is not terrible. Just has a little recoil. But, you know, I do gravitate. I try to figure out where people are going to be. I don't try to camp. I try to figure out more where they're going to be, and then I try to be there. And that's a lot more effective than camping, by the way. And plus, you know, people aren't going to frown upon you when you are where you think they're going to be, as opposed to camping. And I feel sad for this guy, because he's trying to shoot down one of my kill streaks, and I get another napalm on his bitch ass. But then I kind of don't feel bad, too, because then it's like, you know, you should have protected yourself better. Not just stand out in the open with an RPG looking at the sky, playing this fucking day. And honestly, with most weapons, it's sometimes just better to ignore the kill streak than to even bother with it. Now, if you're on a really big map, you know, then maybe waste your time on a kill streak. But on Summit's too small for you to waste your time with a kill streak. But anyways, I'm gonna go, and I actually get the final kill cam in this. I get it right now. You can see there's that little bitch camping in the corner. I get the final kill cam, and that's pretty much it. And now, I'm gonna pause it. You can see right there, I got the most kills out of anybody in the whole game, but I got second place. Mainly because the guy right above me got a couple assists. But I did only die twice, and I did get 18 kills, more than literally everyone in the whole entire lobby. And I also have the best KDA in this lobby. But that's really irrelevant, because I actually don't really care about my KDA. Now, I do get a little annoyed when my teammates don't do anything. But luckily, I did not have such teammates. Like, yes, there was a guy who went 5 and 8, so he's probably a new player. Well, actually, he's level 50. That's kind of pathetic. There's one guy that went 7 and 4, so he didn't get a lot of kills, but he also didn't die a lot. I don't have a problem with that. There's a guy who went 12 and 6, so he's, you know, that's a really good player. 16 and 5, you know, they didn't get a lot of kills, but they did try to do something, and part of it was to, of course, with most players, you know, there's only so many kills you can get, and when you have all good players, they can only get so many kills. Now, the enemy team, like this guy, was 17 and 19, which is okay. He did get quite a bit of kills, but this guy's like 9 and 15, 6 and 15, 4 and 16, and 2 and 14. It's kind of no wonder why they lost. Now, one guy's actually doing something here, okay? Now, everybody else is wondering why the fuck they lost. Well, it's quite simply because you didn't fucking do anything. One guy was carrying your ass, and one guy's not enough to carry a whole entire fucking team, no matter what you think. Anyways, I hope you enjoy that good gameplay footage.